Welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Gamer. And again, I got some painting done this week. Hopefully, next week I'll be able to get some actual filming done because the kids will be back in school and I'll be able to get some things done. But until then, let's have a look at what I've managed to get painted. So the first things I got painted are some of these drones. Or robots if you want. It depends on what I'm going to be using them for, really. They're actually the backpacks of the miniatures you saw last week, the Dust Tactics miniatures. They had some like rocket packs on them, and I wasn't keen on the models with the rocket packs on them, so I thought I'd cut them off and make them into drones, and I think it's worked out pretty good actually. Um, yeah, so it's a picture of them close up, and here are some pictures of them a bit more a bit more further away, sort of arm's length away. So yeah, they stand out enough on the board that I think you'd be able to notice them. At least I hope you would anyway. But they don't take anything away from any of the better looking units around them maybe. So yeah, I got another Mantic's Plague Trooper Generation 3. Or 3rd Generation Plague Trooper, that sounds better. From Mantic Games. Got another one painted up and he's more of a commander looking dude. It doesn't really show up very well here, but he's got like skin colours, but he's also got reds that are underneath. So in the cracks in his skin you can see red now. So yeah, I think he turned out pretty good. He'll work out for my This Is Not a Test games as a mutant, and I think, yeah, that's pretty good. And here's a picture of the back of him. Where his spine or whatever has grown through, which is kind of gross. And here's a picture of one of the standard soldiers of the 3rd Gen Plague Troopers from Mantic. This one shows up a bit better what I meant by the red underneath the skin colour. It looks like they're sort of raw or their skin split apart to reveal rather bloody looking flesh. But yeah, I think he turned out pretty good, especially seeing that he's probably meant to really blend in with the other troops. He's nothing special about him. And a picture of the Plague Troopers together, both Commander and Standard Grunt. As you can see, you can put them in various poses. It's a multi-part plastic kit, so you get lots of arms, legs, bodies, heads and what have you, and you can mix and match them. I managed to put a little pipe from, actually it's a drinking straw, so it looks like the commander's stepping up onto a pipe or something. Give him a bit of make him look a bit more dynamic. And you can see here that the reds are coming through much more showing on this picture than it was on the last picture, even in the commander. And just here is a picture of the back of them. Again, shows up a bit better than the last picture did. I think they painted up pretty good. They're not brilliant, they're not going to win any awards, but to my standard, they look pretty decent. And the final thing I managed to paint up was this skull, which is just actually a turn marker for one of the Zombicide games. Can't actually remember which one it came with. I'll have to look at some point. But yeah, so it's just a small turn marker. In this picture you can see, I put it next to a pencil so you can see the size of it, so it's quite big, it's sort of a palm-sized little skull, which was a nice add-on for the Zombicide game. Not that I ever use it, but it looks nice and I painted it up because it was in the box and it needed painting. Okay, this one's a work in progress that I'm working on at the moment. It's a building, it is. So, like I said, nowhere near finished yet, but I've done the black and I've put down some of the rubble and some sand, and it's made out of package polystyrene, so I had to make sure that I've used lots of filler and plenty of black paint to cover it up to give it some sort of strength to it. Otherwise it'll just break up whenever, well, if you've ever had any packing polystyrene in your house, you know that it breaks up very easy and you end up with little balls everywhere. Next picture, yeah, I just put a miniature on it to show you the size. So it would have been like a large tower of some sort. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with the shape. So now I just have to work on putting some details in and maybe painting it up. Well, grey, maybe a few browns to make it not too monotonous. And lastly, the big thing I've been working on is a board for, this is not a test. So the first picture here shows the wood with, so it's 6mm MDF I'm using for the base board. And then I've got some foam board on top for the pavements, so the roads are sunk down because that's just the base board, and then you got the foam board on top to be the pavements. So yeah, I got two boards I'm working on at the moment. They're 2x4, so when I put them both together they'll be 4x4, which is a good start, I thought. Alright, this is when I've base coated it all with a charcoal colour, and I also put some grit in with the paint and with some PVA, mixed it all up, painted it all on to give it quite a strong coating. But I was finding with that even then it was still a little weak, so I went back over it. You'll see that it's a bit more shiny looking and a bit more patchy, and that's because I went all over it again with watered down PVA to make it much stronger, and now it's rock hard. And there's grit, you'd have a real hard time to get the grit to come off. So here's another picture with some miniatures on it so that you can see roughly size wise. Go over it again at some point. Well, that's my next step, to be honest, with some lighter greys, etc., maybe some browns, add some colours to it so it's not just a shiny blackboard. But the one thing is that now that I put that down, I know that even if the top layer of paint gets scratched, because I put so much PVA underneath, that the base grey black colour is always going to be there. So even if someone scrapes the top layer of paint, we're always going to have that underneath. So that's good, better than the white, because that would look a bit strange if there was the white underneath. So yes, that's what I've got done. So that's what I got done this week. As you can see, some of them are still a work in progress, and hopefully they'll turn out okay. It's the first time I've ever done a board, so yeah, I'm quite pleased with it so far. If you want to follow along, that'd be good. Tune in next time and I'll show you again what I've done. If I've managed to achieve anything, I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.